All right, let's get into Trump crowning on the Time magazine as it's showing some little horns, and the little horns have already been sounding with the cartels and the Tesla and the Elon Musk and all those things, as the Doge, the e-god, has come in through the dawn's light and has exalted himself as the Lord, and the Lord is Satan, who goes and numbers the people and all those other things that we're told. So Trump being bald, he's being talked about crowning and the sun glistening on his head and all those things. This is part of that bloodbath that we saw on 10-10-10, and then the next 10-10-10 this month is 10-25-25, and then the 10-15 2 days after the so-called peace deal, which is already broke in the midst of the week if you actually count back to when they announced it. All these things are all showing as the foot soldiers of the TMNT and all those things are mounting. So this crowning, the sun, woman clothed in the sun, the dawn shining his light, all those types of things have all been playing out, and we've been tracking these things. But now this bloodbath and the crowning and the sun hitting it and all those other things, this is where at the birth you're starting to get the blood clot and all those things came out into the water, and now the baby's being pushed out, and you got that crown and the sun hitting it and all those things as this water birth is being taken place. And you're also getting a birth where you're grabbing onto the wall, pushing it out, birth in the bed, birth on all fours, pushing it out. All these different types of mechanisms we have that when we watch women give birth, all these things are happening in our world, as well as the unnatural, and that C-section is going to be coming, and all those things have been tracking as well. But the epidural, all those things. So so as all these things are like overlapping and stacking and whatever, we have a Eve and an Adam, the twin birth, and the left and the right, and as one makes the other, the DNA helix going in and out as the light is made onto the earth, and then one helix going up, one's going down. So as Trump is showing signs of the Herod, I'm bald, where's my hair at? And that's also tied to the American bald eagle and that egg ill. That egg ill is kind of being hatched open now as that sick and the purple party and all those things are showing in different ways. But the Herod and Matthew 2:15, out of Egypt I have called my son. And Egypt is Israel, the Isis Ra-El, the god of Egypt. And that's where you're going back into that pyramid, the pyramid. The piers are tied to your ports and the tariffs and stuff that's going on, and the port land that we see there. Well, when the ports go down and the tariffs and all these things shut down, that's when you see all this stuff in Portland and those things going all over the Mideast of America, okay, as that TPUSA is being dished out for the crapture. So he is also over there with the defense minister, the Israel Cats, and that's the dude's name. So the Israel Cats, that's going back to the Egyptian cat worship and all that. And then your Dr. Katz is for your therapy session that you might be going neat and go to. If you haven't seen that cartoon, that was a great one back in the day. But the it's all right there, folks. All right, you got the Justin Sun, the Trondal, 10-10 release, bloodbath, the ISO messaging system, ISO 222 messaging cross-border system, all that's kind of playing out. But on a flip-flop of that, it's also tying into the cross-border system payment, as far as when Trump said that Iran was targeting him, and then Maduro's has a bounty put on his head, the bounty sheet for the fabric softener, the bricks, okay? And then that's where the Charmin, forgot the news name, but I'll do a post on it. It looks like Shaman, or whatever. It's the Charmin. It's part of the TP being gathered up for the crapture and whatever. either way, and the K Rapture is tied to your Chapter 11 bankruptcy and the tariffs and all this stuff that's going on. But the crowning, light on the crown, the little tiara, all those things are kind of lining up, folks, and it's all going into this nice little go olden ratio. All right, and that ratio is the sheeping and the ray of light and all these things that's been done. And then that auto mechanism weakened at Bernie's presidency that we saw, or whatever, this tar, that Mississippi, and the Isis Raw L, the sister soul, the Valerie Biden, that's her name, that's the the Vicky Vale for the Batman, and all that shit going on. What else is there? Either way, it's all hitting, folks. All right, we already got the peace deal breaking midst of the week. Days after they announced it, then they signed it, then it's gone back and forth or whatever. Either way, we'll end it here.